Welcome to Shruti Out Loud.
Namaste, friends. Welcome to Art and Tarot. So, in today's episode, we will be talking to Shruti Sharma. She's a podcast influence, life coach, digital creator, podcast consultant, and she's about to come, and we will be inviting her very soon. I can probably see that she has come. Just hold on. Not yet. Okay, she has. Okay. Hello, namaste, Shruti.
Hello, namaste.
Very nice to see you. It was you, first of all, who invited me in your show. Now it's my turn to invite you. And I want to tell you,
Absolutely.
tell the audience, it's because of you I started this talk show, and and I'm enjoying it very much, talking to different kind of people, and so you are someone who is behind it. So I wanted you to be here. So
I'm so glad that you're doing this.
thank you so much. So Shruti, I just told my audience that you are into podcast, you're a life coach, digital creator. If you would like to tell a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. So I would like to take this opportunity to possibly, help and tell people that how important it is for everyone to just follow their dreams.
Yes.
Sometimes people, they just, hold themselves back and they don't really go ahead with what they really want to do in their life because something or the other keeps coming up and they keep procrastinating कि अरे नहीं अभी ये करना है अभी वो करना है. So that
Yes.
never stops. That never stops.
Yes.
But what you can do for yourself is that just go for it and just at least give your best and see if it takes you anywhere. If it doesn't, it's okay, it's all right. At least you know that you did
At least
that.
you
And
tried.
absolutely, because there's one thing that I absolutely live by, that I never want to think about what if. That doesn't exist in my life.
That's very beautiful. See, what's with most of the people is, also like I could see that it was also in me, is there was this hesitancy which was there. I was not sure whether I should do it or not, and whether people like it or not, and what will they think. All these thoughts were there. But
Right.
in the end, you have to just think about yourself, and you just have to, see if you feel good about it. I guess you just have to do it. And
Absolutely.
yeah, but yes, someone has to give an idea. Someone has to give that initiative, that push, and that was you, Shruti. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. So I would also, tell the audience that, if anyone of you wants to get that post, just, get in touch with me and
Yes,
we'll talk.
please. I mean, everyone should know that Shruti is into, digital marketing, website, and all those things. Anything which has to do with social things, and she will do her best and, promote you and will bring you into limelight. So, yeah, thank you. So, let's ask a few questions before we move on to tarot. So,
Right.
as you say, like you're a life coach. Tell me, like, how do you help people? Like, what's your role in that?
Okay, so I would like to, take you to a little of my history.
Yeah.
So I always had this tendency of, just being there for people and just being a listener and listening to them and just being there. Even if it's like 3 a.m. in the night, and if they'll call me, I will pick up, I will talk. So
Oh,
that's how
really?
I was. Yes, I used to be that person. But then what I realized is that um, you can maybe you can tell someone that so and so you can go ahead with this, but eventually it's their decision, because I sometimes I used to take it to my own ki, this is my responsibility. So I kind of, first of all, my first step was to detach from that emotion, and now I can actually give my honest ideas and my honest suggestions and then it is totally up to the other person that if they want to go ahead with it or not. And my rule is that, I'm just very honest. I'm brutally honest,
That's
that I
nice.
will tell you that, that ठीक है, ऐसा होगा, but then also things will get better. So
Yeah.
there's the light at the end of the tunnel, but then it's you who has to walk
Yes, I agree.
throughout. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my intention.
But
That's how just I, go.
haven't you realized this? That people are like so, you know, they live according to their passions. And it's very difficult to change them. Someone who has decided to be, you know, sad and frustrated, they continue to be sad and frustrated. And someone who wants to be happy, no matter what, they will be happy. Has it
Absolutely.
come into your experience? Have you tried
Yes.
something? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That has happened. And earlier, what used to happen was that, somebody's sadness used to affect me. That
Yes.
I would, I would take all that sadness in, and I would forget who I am.
Yeah.
So now, at least, first of all, that's what I do. कि ठीक है, आपकी sadness आपकी है, और मेरी जिंदगी, मतलब मैं, I am a happy person. So that's how it is. But yes, there are some people who just have to keep cribbing that.
Yeah.
Even if you tell something nice, they will always have something
They will
to
find
crib
something
about.
out of it. To crib about.
Absolutely. कि कुछ ना कुछ तो उनकी जिंदगी में कुछ तो गलत चल ही रहा होगा, और वो उस बारे में जरूर बात करना चाहेंगे. तो ये मैं थोड़ा सा डिस्करेज करती हूँ.
लोगों को एक्चुअली में शक होता है जब अगर कुछ अच्छा होने लग जाए ना अपनी लाइफ में, तो दे स्टार्ट डाउटिंग. कुछ नहीं, ये दिस कांट बी रियल, दिस कांट बी रियल,
हाँ.
because they start doubting this very, if they are happy, they are very convinced if they are sad, no problem.
हाँ,
they
बिल्कुल कि ये तो नॉर्मल है.
ये normal है, this is normal, being sad and depressed and all. But being happy, no, I think I'm dreaming. I don't think I'm like it's the real thing. This
Right.
is what which is happening with many people. And that's how our society has taught us. It's sad, that this is how we are trained. Like it's okay to be sad, but it's not okay to be happy. And if you are happy somewhere, there is a kind of a guilt feeling which the society gives it to you. Like you are happy, like people are suffering and you are happy.
Oh yes,
This is-
oh yes. That's also there. That's also very much there. That if you're happy, then oh my God, you don't have empathy, and what's wrong with you? How can
Yeah.
you not feel somebody else's pain? So yeah, that's something that happens.
This is there, and I've actually come across many people, and this is their excuse. Like we can't be happy unless and until the world is also, world is suffering. How can we be happy? But I think it's a very important message which everyone should know. If you decide to be happy, then you are kind of taking a responsibility of, spreading that happiness around you. And that's how, it will spread. That's how they will also become happy, because you have to become an example of happiness.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Okay. So, so I've seen your blog. Everyone should, follow her. And like I've seen like you've been interviewing like many different personalities and all, and some of them are also celebrities. So, like, how did you get this inspiration? Like, what came to your mind? Like I want to start this. Like which was the starting point for you?
Okay, so so I'll be very honest with you here that I tried a lot of jobs.
Okay.
I tried a lot of jobs, and the longest that I stayed with was for 8 months. That's
Okay.
that's the longest. So it has been few hours, few days, a week, a month, 28 days, and it was as simple as that. That even if on the 20th day I don't feel like working, I mean I don't feel the vibe and all, I'll just call up my father and I'll just tell him कि पापा मेरे को ना अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, and he would be like बेटा आजा घर, कोई बात नहीं, कुछ और कर लेंगे. So I think the biggest thing that has helped me for my journey towards creating a world where I am happy is because of my parents. कि they supported me throughout. They never forced me कि नहीं जॉब तो करनी है और बाकी चीजें साइड बाय साइड चलती रहेंगी, नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, ये तो ऐसे ही होता है, और ये नहीं, ऐसा कभी भी नहीं हुआ मेरे साथ. तो I always had that freedom. So also another thing that I realized is that I love traveling. और
Okay.
मेरे लिए ना वो कॉन्सेप्ट वर्क नहीं करता जहाँ पे आपको लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ छुट्टियां मिल रही हैं एक साल में और आपको बस वही मिल रही है उसके अलावा आपको फिर या तो बहाने मारने पड़ेंगे और समथिंग और दी अदर. तो आई वॉज वेरी मच कन्विंस कि ये जॉब कल्चर तो मेरे से नहीं होगा एंड देर इज समथिंग दैट आई हैव टू फिगर आउट. सो बट आई थॉट कि चलो ठीक है, एक बारी जॉब्स भी ट्राई करके देखते हैं, मे बी यू नो समथिंग माइट जस्ट मेक मी हैप्पी एंड समथिंग माइट
Yeah.
जस्ट मेक मी स्टे.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave that a shot, but then no, nothing worked out. So my brother, I think it was back in 2010 or 11, I was doing my post graduation in travel and tourism management, and I was still, you know, trying different things. So my brother was like, you know, because I was already into blogging and everything, I used to use WordPress back then. उस टाइम पे मैंने अपना ब्लॉग्स एंड ऑल सब कुछ बनाया था. मतलब उस टाइम पे तो कुछ भी नहीं था. इट वाज वेरी रॉ.
It was not very popular, yes.
हाँ हाँ. तो my brother was very convinced that, you know, there is something that she can do in this regard. So he was like,
Hmm.
just go ahead and, you know, check out what social media is.
Yeah.
So I, because you know he's older to me, और मैंने इसका कि अच्छा भैया आप मेरे को बता दो कि क्या कैसे. And he was like, no, I'm not going to tell you anything. Go and Google and read, research, do everything yourself. So that's how this journey started. I started reading a lot. I started understanding things a lot. And then I started experimenting those things for my own self. And ऐसे करते करते फिर उसके बाद जो मेरी जो the longest job that I did, which was for 8 months, that was as a social media coordinator.
Ah, okay.
So I was very happy there. I was doing good and I was happy. But then the marketing director there, we were like, you know, good friends. And one day he asked me, just, you know, come in, I want to talk to you. And there he sat me down और उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि श्रुति, you know what, if you stay in this company, you will get all the benefits. Everything will work in your favor and you won't have to really, you know, worry about money in that sense. But I'll also tell you that the growth that you're looking for,
Yeah.
you won't get that here, because people here are still working inside the box, and the ideas that you are giving right now, they won't work them for next 2-3 years at least.
Yeah.
So do you want to stay here? And ठीक है, पैसे के लिए you won't worry, but हाँ वो आगे जो है, जो तुम ideas अभी दे रही हो वो 3 साल बाद होंगे, तो are you happy with that? And I was like, no, I won't be happy with that. And he was like, exactly, because you know I have recognized you as a very passionate person and you won't be happy in this setup. So I would suggest कि maybe, you know, think of something else. And that's what really motivated me. फिर मैंने वो job छोड़ी. उसके बाद I went for a solo trip to Thailand.
Nice.
That was my first international. That was my first solo. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just go there and see what happens. So
Wow.
that's what
Good.
happened. And वहाँ पे फिर मुझे जाके और ज़्यादा realize हुआ कि यार ये traveling तो is like something that I have to. But then again I came back. फिर एक और जगह पे मैंने एक एजेंसी में फिर ट्राई किया. वहाँ से मैं एक हफ्ते में छोड़ के I came back. कि मैंने कहा no, because they were charging so much from their clients, and the kind of work we were expected to deliver, that was nothing. और मुझे ऐसा लगा यार ये इनसे इतना पैसा ले रहे हैं, मुझे ना वो एथिकली बड़ा रॉन्ग लगा. और एथिकली अगर मुझे सही नहीं लगती चीजें तो मैं नहीं करती, क्योंकि मैंने अपनी एक इंटर्नशिप भी करी थी विद अ वेरी बिग ट्रैवल एजेंसी, वर्ल्ड वाइड नोन है, मैं नाम नहीं लूंगी, बट हाँ उनके साथ मैंने काम करा था. और वहां पे मेरे लिए एथिकल एक बहुत बड़ा क्लॉज बन गया था, और वहां से भी मैं इसीलिए जॉब छोड़ के आ गई थी, बिकॉज आई वाज लाइक इफ इट्स नॉट गोइंग डाउन विद मी, यू नो, एथिकली आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू. तो यहाँ पे भी ऐसा लगा. फिर आई थॉट कि यार मैं अपना काम, यही जो सर्विसेज हैं ये तो मैं भी कर सकती हूँ, तो लेट्स गिव इट अ शॉट. एंड फिर मैंने अपना लिंक्डइन पे थोड़ा सा डिटेल्स वगैरह डाला वाला, एंड थैंकफुली द वेरी सेम डे आई गॉट माई फर्स्ट क्वेरी. एंड आई हैव बीन वर्किंग विद हर सिंस 2014-15, and till date she is my client. And उनका फिर मैंने सोशल मीडिया किया. Now I'm working on a podcast. So it has been a wonderful journey. And yeah, you just, you know, just be open for new lessons, be open for new experiences, be open for risk, be open for some months where you won't earn anything, but that's how it is. And the thing that I was after कि travel में कर सकती हूँ, I am doing that.
I think it's a very beautiful example that you are someone, you know, who is choosing to do things which you love, and from there the money is coming, and that's a very, very beautiful thing which I want to also, you know, share it with my audiences. Like, do things whatever you love, you know, I guess the results will come out, you know. It will probably not sooner, but
Yeah.
eventually, whenever is possible, do things which you love, and Shruti is one
Absolutely.
example of them. And also, I want to tell my audiences, like, Shruti is very reasonable, and she has already mentioned that like she doesn't want to charge anyone, in the wrong way. So
Yeah.
you can see my cat also behind.
Yeah, I can. I was just trying to.
Yeah. So yeah. So she's like, I've really enjoyed working with her, and let me tell you this, I have tried other people, and you are the one I'd like still in touch with, and like continuing this journey with you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so very much. That means a lot.
Yes. Okay. So let's move forward. Um, I also feel that you have a deep inclination towards spirituality. You also have a deep you know I guess you're attracted to masters, and someone who can actually show you the path to your deeper self. uh, Tell me about your spiritual journey. Tell me something about, like, what attracts you towards it.
Okay, so I have had few experiences in my life which I could never figure out that how could this happen.
Hmm.
But I never gave it a good thought because the thing is कि अभी ना हमारी जो जनरेशन जो रही है पिछले अगर आप पिछले 10-15 years में जाओ तो ना अनफॉर्चुनेटली व्हाट हैज बीन हैपनिंग इज दैट हम लोग को ना डिस्टेंस किया जा रहा है इन चीजों से मतलब एक बहुत ही वियर्ड सा कॉन्सेप्ट आ रहा है जहां पे आप उन चीजों से रिलेट नहीं कर पा रहे मतलब आपको ना डिस्टेंट किया जा रहा है कि नहीं नहीं ये मत सोचो ऐसे मत सोचो रियलिस्टिक बनो प्रैक्टिकल बनो और स्पिरिचुअलिटी में मतलब वो कि नहीं नहीं ऐसे थोड़ी होता है और at some point of time, I think somewhere in 2007 or 8, even I lost that touch with religion, spirituality completely. मतलब मेरी लाइफ से वो बिल्कुल चला गया था कि आई यूज टू बी द पर्सन जो हर मंदिर के सामने ऐसे सर झुकाती थी सब कुछ करती थी बट उसके बाद आई स्टॉप डूइंग ऑल ऑफ दैट कि आई वाज लाइक नहीं 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 आई एम नॉट दिस पर्सन एंड मैं क्यों करूँ ये सारी चीजें तो काफी टाइम तक वो रहा बट वो जो साइंस थे ना वो हमेशा रहे मेरी लाइफ में वो हमेशा दिखता रहा कुछ ना कुछ मैं फिर भी आई लाइक मैं नहीं मानूंगी ये मैं क्यों मानूं आई मेक माई सेल्फ एंड देयर इज नोबडी एल्स तो आई वाज ऑफ दैट थॉट बट फिर धीरे धीरे करके आई स्टार्टेड ओपनिंग अप अ लिटिल आई स्टार्टेड accepting things and I became more receptive in that sense that थोड़ा मैंने अपने आप को ना बॉक्स में बंद कर दिया था उस वे में कि वैसे तो आई वाज ओपनिंग अप बट आई वाज क्लोजिंग माय ओन माइंड सो आई वाज लाइक कि नहीं लेट्स नॉट डू दिस एंड लेट्स जस्ट लेट इट ऑल इन एंड लेट माई सेल्फ एक्सपीरियंस ऑल ऑफ दैट सो फिर ग्रेजुअली थोड़ी थोड़ी चीजें होनी शुरू हुई एंड आई started reading about all these soul connections and I started feeling those soul connections and then I made a pact with myself कि अगर मेरा किसी के साथ soul connection है अगर मुझे कुछ feel हो रहा है तो I'll be just very honest with that person and I'll tell that person उसके बाद कोई बात नहीं वो कुछ भी सोचे कुछ भी करे I don't care and मतलब it has been such a beautiful journey for me क्योंकि जिन जिनके साथ I felt that connection, they felt this very same thing. And then we used to, sit and talk कि हाँ, that's how it is. And ऐसे है कि I know that if at some point of time I am stuck somewhere, I know that my soul connection is there. कि वो है कुछ लोग हैं और I won't say it's just that one person, but हाँ, there are multiple soul connections. किसी के साथ मैं किसी तरह से connected हूँ, किसी के साथ मैं किसी तरह से connected हूँ. And किसी के लिए ऐसा होता है कि I feel कि I have to be there, and किसी के लिए मुझे पता है कि they'll be there. सो ऐसे ऐसे करके मेरी जर्नी थोड़ी 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 ओपन होनी शुरू हुई देन लास्ट ईयर जैसे सदगुरु का बहुत ज्यादा होता था सुन रहे थे बट वही ना क्योंकि व्हेन यू आर नॉट रेडी फॉर इट ना तो आपको ना वो रजिस्टर ही नहीं होगा
आई वाज कमिंग टू दैट
वो नहीं होगा आपके आसपास हर चीज हो रही होगी लेकिन आपको दिखाई भी नहीं देगा वो बट इट्स ओनली व्हेन यू स्टार्ट ओपनिंग अप कि आपको वो सारी चीजें ना दिखाई देनी शुरू हो जाती है एंड आई थिंक लास्ट ईयर ऐसा ही ये ऐसे हुआ कि सदगुरु को एक्चुअली माय सिस्टर स्टार्टेड थोड़ा उनके वीडियोस देखने शुरू करे उसकी वजह से फिर आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग दोज थिंग्स My sister तो एकदम ही वो पूरी full spiritual. She's 24 years old and she's completely a very very spiritual person. तो उसी के साथ साथ मेरी भी जैसे जर्नी चल रही है और आई एम टेकिंग इट वेरी स्लो क्योंकि मेरा ये है कि मैं रश नहीं करती चीजों में. आई एम टेकिंग इट वेरी स्लो, धीरे धीरे हर चीज को समझना और थोड़ा अपने लाइफस्टाइल को भी उस तरह से चेंज करना. जैसे नाउ आई एम ट्राइंग टू स्विच टू आयुर्वेदिक लाइफस्टाइल कि धीरे धीरे छोटा छोटा छोटा, वो भी एक बारी में सब कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट समझो कि क्या है ये सारी चीजें और look into yourself and understand who you are and just be the person, be the soul that you are and stop trying to be anybody else, stop trying to please anyone. और अपना जो आपका जो कनेक्शन है, आपका स्पिरिचुअलिटी आपकी है, उसके ऑरा को ना रिकॉग्नाइज करना शुरू. एंड
So you are connected with Sadhguru now?
yes,
And
absolutely.
have you done any of his kriyas or anything like that?
नहीं, मैंने अभी तक नहीं करी है उनकी, अभी मुझे करनी है. पता नहीं मेरे को ना ऐसे होता है कि एक ना आई वेट फॉर दैट कॉल और जब तक वो नहीं आएगा ना वो मैं कर नहीं
The
पाती.
call
मतलब
has
मुझे
come. I'm calling you.
ना
Live.
possibly it had to
It's a
come through
live
you.
calling.
Maybe this is it. Yeah,
Don't delay it anymore.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a very beautiful sign, and having a connection with a master, who is alive makes a lot of difference, because otherwise, generally we are connected with the masters who are not in the body anymore. So this is one very beautiful chance for every one of us, that Sadhguru is alive, and I guess he's influencing many young people. I guess. What are your views on that?
Absolutely, he is everywhere.
Yeah.
मतलब आप किसी भी एज 20, मतलब मैंने खुद देखा है पर्सनली.
Better marketing than you. Better marketing than you.
Absolutely yes. So I have seen a 16-year-old talking about him, a 20-year-old, 24-year-old. Then आप जाते जाओ हर जगह.
40, 50,
He's
60,
everywhere.
70, yeah.
But हाँ, starting very early. कि मैंने youngest जो अभी तक देखा है 16-year-old. I have seen her talking about him and just
I
realize
want to tell my audience about this. Sadhguru has this very beautiful thing which he do every year. It's called the Sadhana Padam. Okay, and it's a 6 to 7 months residential program in which people can register for free. They will be given free food, living, everything, and they just have to volunteer, and they will be learning all sorts of yoga exercises and all those things. They will be staying in the ashram. After 6-7 months, this person will be totally different. He will be someone else when he comes out of it. So yeah, through you I'm giving the message to everyone. Okay. Okay, so let's get down to the format of the show. Let's find out what your cards are saying about tarot.
Oh yeah.
So we are doing tarot for Shruti Sharma. She's someone into digital marketing, and she can help you out in anything you want in terms of social marketing. Okay, Shruti, very interesting cards actually. I think you are doing things. You see, like all three cards which I have picked up, they are actually pentacles, and pentacles are like also known as the coins. Okay. So they are just talking about the money.
Oh really?
Talking about the money coming your way. So the first card tells me, that you are someone who is working on yourself all the time, and like the message is such that don't stop yourself. You have to constantly work on yourself in order to, work on your skill, and in this way you will be able to connect and get the work opportunities and many other things. Okay. So working on your skill is one very important thing. Okay. And like there is a hidden message to it, is that don't fall lazy. The consistency is very important in this. make sure that doesn't happen. And although I don't see you lazy, but still the card is telling me, yeah.
Right.
The second is that when you have that money, it's also important that the things which you need to spend it on, make sure you spend that money on.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
don't just hold on to it. Okay. Probably you might think, no, I need to save it. I need for something else. I need for that. But the card says, that the money will come. This is something which is very much in your control. Since you are a feminine nature, if you actually embrace your femininity with your completion, with your total acceptance, then the earth is something which is with you. The Devi is with you. Devi is the earth itself. The one we call the Ma. So she is always, she favors someone, who is a woman, complete woman, who is not too much hair, but who is more in the body,
Right.
And that's what is happening with many women in this time, is that they're more into the brain, and that is more of a masculine nature, as compared. But when you are more in the body, you are more feminine, and when you're feminine, the earth is connected with you, and that brings you, that will, she will take care of you. That's what it means.
Okay.
The third message is that some kind of a venture, probably, or are you thinking of settling down or anything like that? Not in real near.
Not, I don't think so. Not anytime soon.
Okay, so there might be a rishta might be coming. Okay, there could be like that, or there could be someone someone good, good potential, could be approaching you. Could be anyone.
Okay.
Could be, I don't want to say much, but someone good.
You can say it. It's okay. I'm keen on that.
Okay, so it says that that it shows me settlement. It shows me that
Okay.
money wise you will be settled, and it's also that you want to be sure that you will not be in a hurry. You will be with someone who you want to be with.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Yeah.
yeah. So the choice is actually yours. So this is something not which anyone can make it happen. So which is very good. Okay. So do you want to ask any questions?
Yes. So I would like to possibly, talk about my journey in spirituality. Like, I don't know exactly how to put this question up, but yes, my me and spirituality is something that I would love to know more about. That what is the path that is taking me on? Because honestly, I right now, if you'll ask me, I am open. I'm just open. That whatever I am supposed to receive, I'm okay with it. Wherever it takes me.
Okay. So it's a spiritual reading then, yeah. Okay. See, I was already mentioning that you have to realize the more you are embracing your true nature, what you are. Like God has given you this body, which is the body of a woman, and there is something which you should know, and probably already. A man is 40% woman, 60% man, and a woman is 40% man and 60% woman, and that makes her a better breed. That makes her a better, she has more powers as compared to men, because this body is made of earth, and if you have that more of it, that means you will have more powers. It is much more easier for a woman to be spiritual as compared to man, you see.
Okay.
Because of her emotions, because bhakti is something which will be very easy for a woman, and bhakti or devotion is something where you can just go with bullet speed, when it comes to spirituality. The other methods are dhyan, meditation. These are also very beautiful, also yoga, but the speed which bhakti has, it happens instantly. So when we compare it with the dhyana, it takes time. It takes a lot of time to prepare oneself to come to a stage where the meditation can happen. But one has to use both. One doesn't have to stop.
Right.
And for you, what is which will be much easier for you is a combination of both, actually. The combination of meditation and love at the same time. So
Okay.
embracing the woman inside, it's not a proudy thing, like you can, like nowadays, like there is this thing, that woman says, I can, like when we compare it with men, like what we are doing is we are not understanding what we are doing. Man and woman are kind of different. A woman can be a boxer, yes, but this is not really her true nature, Exceptions will be there. Exceptions will be there, but the true will be, the things which will come easier for her is, if she could probably create something, something which can come out of a creativity. And a man can be a dancer also.
Yeah.
But there will be exceptions. Mostly it will be easy for him is to, be, follow his brain, follow his mind, mostly, But when you have the combination of both, it's what is happening is the yin and yang is happening inside of you. The male and female energies are merging together. And when that merging is happening, that is giving power to you. And that is helping you in your spiritual journey. So always remember, whenever the spiritual journey has to, happen, it can happen only when you combine both the energies together inside you. So the card which has come for your spiritual journey is the Queen of Cups.
Okay.
So you can see the card. So the Queen is someone who is a feminine nature, and she has the cups. So there is a lot of for you, things will be much easier for you if you express them emotionally. And I also understand, like the time is such that if you express just like that, people will take it in a wrong way. But you have to find out, you have to be smart enough to do it in such a way that you can, take out those feelings of the heart,
Okay.
And slowly, as you're already talking about Sadhguru, if you have a proper master in your life, this is going to take care of everything, because suddenly your journey will just be, it will be taken care. And I want to, since we are talking about it, there is this message which is coming for you is, if you will connect with Ling Bhairavi, like she's the goddess, and she's a goddess which has come in, like, I think it's been 10 or 12 years. She's someone very new, so she's not a very old goddess. That doesn't mean like she was not there at that time, but yes, what I mean is like her energies are like come into existence now, and it's a very powerful way to exist. So having the blessing of Devi, and if you're connecting with the master, you are connecting with both the Shiva and the Shakti together.
I was actually, coming on that.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I have always, felt this, as in I don't know how many people relate with this, but for me, Shiv Shakti, that I have always had this calling that I cannot, as in I want to, अगर जैसे कहते हैं ना कि आप किस भगवान को पूजना चाहते हो, तो मेरे अंदर से जैसे आवाज आती है एक शिव जी और एक मतलब वही शिव शक्ति, जैसे शक्ति वाला जो है वो भी मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हमेशा से रहा है. तो अभी आपने जब वो बोला ना कि लिंग भैरवी, तो मैं आपसे यही पूछने वाली थी कि is it any way similar to शिव शक्ति या उन्हीं का ही एक वो है या मतलब I was about to ask that question from you.
So Ling Bhairavi is the female aspect of Shiva, okay? Is the Shakti of Shiva, and it's, you can also call her Parvati, you know. And when you see Shiva in his, you know, when we see him complete, we see him as Ardhanarishwar, you know, half Shiva, half Parvati. You know. That's how the completion happens, and that's also a symbol of what we call as Shivling, you know, what we call as Yin and Yang. So anything which becomes complete, which is 50% of male energy and 50% of female energy, it will be a powerful thing, you know, which is going to happen. So which is already coming for you. You have that possibility. The most important thing is, you know, like, connect with the master and keep the goddess with you always. That's what I feel, you know.
All right. Thank you.
Goddess is someone, you know, who's going to take care of your well-being, who's going to take care physically of your time on this earth. And connecting with the master, what is going to happen is he's going to take care of you when you're about to leave this world, you know, when you want to go beyond this physicality. That is when the master is going to be there. So this is important. Have, you know, that's what I was saying, you know, like, don't wait for it, because we don't have, you know, when we talk about time, we don't know how much time we have, you know. This is such a temporary life, probably, you know. It can be taken away anytime, you know. Absolutely. What we call is the 60-70 years of life. Someone who becomes busy, you know, someone who starts enjoying the life, you know, for them, you know, like, it's nothing, you know, it just passes away like this, you know. So this is, get down to it, you know, whatever you want to. And
right.
Third, and it's also the third message, which is related to the spirituality, is it's important that don't look for any goal, you know. Okay. This is an endless path. This is just a path in itself, you know. Probably there is no goal at all. The goal will just, you will never realize it, you know, that you are already, that this has happened to you when you start walking. So the path is such that you will start disappearing. It's like the body of salt, you know, jumps into the sea and disappears. That's what is going to happen.
Right.
So that is the way it should be. And I wish the same for you, that you already have the potential, you already have that inside you. You just have to, you know, start living it.
Yeah.
It's also because you're able to understand this is because of your, you know, prarabdha, you know, like something which you have lived in the past. It's your energy, you know, which attracts, you know,
Right.
these things, you know, and you have that capacity, and it is already, there is this deep calling which is there inside. You just have to realize it and start working on it. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds really good, and that, you know, sort of motivates me to, because I know I have been waiting for something. I have been delaying it for, I don't know, for some reason, but yes, maybe this is why this tarot session was, you know, supposed to happen, to just make me
Sometimes the
understand
message
that, you
has
know,
to
this is,
come
yeah,
घूम फिर के, सीधा मैसेज
हाँ,
नहीं मिलता.
एब्सोल्युटली, कि वो ऐसे आना था, तो इसीलिए जो सब कुछ हुआ वो इसी वजह से ही हुआ.
नहीं, ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा है. And I already see that it's already with you. You just have to accept it and start working on it. And if possible for you, you know, do that sadhana padam, you know, if it's possible.
Yeah, absolutely, I'll definitely. वो मेरे दिमाग में है, but वही थोड़ा सा ना.
I know it's totally
हाँ.
different, because leaving everything behind is will not be easy, you know. And although I'm saying it, I even think of doing it, you know, but it's difficult to go, you know. I do understand. But yes, someone who has the opportunity, someone who can do it, they will have to take a jump. Yes.
Absolutely.
So it was very nice talking to you, Shruti, and you reminded me of my spiritual journey, and the same, I kind of reflected it back to you. Thank you so much for giving me time.
Thank you so much for this. I love this conversation, and मुझे बहुत motivation मिला है बहुत सारी चीजों के लिए, and I'm really glad that this happened.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.